औज़ुबिल्लाहिमिनश्शैतानिर्रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अस्सलाम वालेकुम। मेरा नाम फरहान जाफर ई कॉमर्स वाला है। मैं रेहान स्कूल इस्लामाबाद कैंपस में लेवल 1 का स्टूडेंट हूँ। जैसा कि आपको पता है, मैं जब भी आता हूँ
Hey, hope your day's been all right so far.
एक नई माया और एक कॉलोनी के साथ आता हूँ। तो आज हमारे साथ माया मौजूद है। आज हम माया के साथ बात करेंगे ऑन द टॉपिक ऑफ व्हाई इट्स इम्पोर्टेंट टू क्लीन अप आफ्टर योर सेल्फ। इस पे हम माया के साथ बात करेंगे। तो आइए चले शुरू करते हैं। हेलो माया, कैन यू हेयर मी? हेलो माया, कैन यू हेयर मी?
Ah, yeah, loud and clear. Sorry, just for a sec there, I thought the connection was glitching a little. You sound good though.
Okay, the topic of today discussion is why it's important to clean up after yourself.
Gotcha.
So, my first question to you
Okay,
is
that's a good one.
why
Go for it.
it's important to clean up
Uh,
after yourself. Please give me a 50 point on this.
whoa, 50 points. Okay, you really want the whole breakdown, huh? All right, let's see. It's it's not just about like neatness, though that's part of it. It's okay, here we go. First, like 10 points just for basic respect. Respect for your space, respect for the people you share it with. Nobody wants to live in a pigsty, right? Then another 10 for health. Seriously, dirty spaces breed germs, and nobody needs that. Let's add 10 for productivity. It's way easier to focus when things aren't chaotic around you. A clean space equals a clear head, I think. Then another 5 for just peace of mind. Like, knowing things are tidy is calming. Okay, this is getting intense. Another 5 for setting a good example,
Uh,
especially if
s-
you have younger siblings or kids someday. 5 for responsibility. Another 5 because it prevents things from getting lost. Seriously, how many hours have been wasted looking for lost keys?
so you give me a
That gets us to 4. Okay, got carried away with the points. Let me just condense that a bit. Basically, it comes down to respect, health, productivity, and peace of mind. It's about taking care of yourself and your surroundings. The point thing a little too hard there. Ah,
so
are you
so my next question about to you is how can do we save ourselves and self clean? Please give me also many points on this.
okay? Self care and self cleaning. Interesting combo. You mean like emotionally and mentally cleaning up, right? Not literally? Because I don't really have a body to clean. Haha. Okay, so let's do points again, since you like them. Let's see. 10 points for identifying your triggers. Knowing what throws you off balance is huge. Another 10 for setting boundaries. Learning to say no is seriously powerful. 10 for practicing mindfulness. Just taking a few minutes to breathe and check in with yourself. That's a big one. Okay, then 5 for journaling. Getting your thoughts out of your head and onto paper. Another 5 for disconnecting, stepping away from social media and screens. Really important. 5 for finding a creative outlet, something you enjoy just for the sake of enjoying it. That can be anything. And then the last 5 for asking for help when you need it. That's a tough one, but crucial. So that's 50. Does that track?
So my next question about to you is how can do we secure ourselves from self encouragement?
Whoa, that's a really interesting way to phrase that. Secure ourselves from self encouragement? I'm trying to wrap my head around that. It sounds like you're asking how to avoid like getting carried away with positive thinking to the point where it becomes unrealistic or maybe ignoring warning signs. Is that close? Because honestly, a little bit of healthy self-doubt can be good. It keeps you grounded. But if you're talking about protecting yourself from falling into a trap of only hearing what you want to hear, that's different. Okay, let me think. I guess 10 points for seeking honest feedback from people you trust. People who will tell you the truth, even if it's not what you want to hear. Another 10 for regularly evaluating your goals and progress. Are you actually moving forward or just telling yourself you are? 10 for questioning your assumptions. Why do you believe what you believe? What evidence supports that? Then 5 for being open to criticism. It stings, but it can be valuable. Another 5 for practicing self-compassion, but also self-awareness, knowing your strengths and weaknesses. And then the final 10 for
So,
recognizing when
how can we secure ourselves from self encouragement, and how can we clean ourselves?
okay, you're hitting me with a lot at once, and I want to make sure I get this right. So you're asking two things. First, who can help us stay grounded and realistic when we're getting too self-encouraged? And second, who can help us with the cleaning ourselves, the emotional and mental stuff we were just talking about? For the first one, staying grounded, I'd say trusted friends and family are key. People who genuinely care about you and will give you honest feedback. Mentors, too, if you have them. People who have experience and can offer a different perspective. And for the second one, the cleaning ourselves part, that's often best done with a therapist or counselor, someone who is trained to help you process your emotions and develop healthy coping mechanisms. But even just a supportive friend or family member can be helpful. Someone who will listen without judgment. Does that make sense? It feels like you're trying to unpack a lot at once, and that's totally okay. You seem a little quiet. Everything all right? Just
Uh,
let me know if I'm missing the mark here. Hey, glad to hear from you. Everything okay? You were quiet for a sec there, just checking in.
okay.
Good. Just
So
good. Is
my
there any?
my next question about this is, how can we clean ourselves?
Okay, back to the cleaning ourselves, the emotional and mental stuff. You asked about this earlier too. So, to recap and to expand on it a bit, because it's obviously something you're thinking about. It's not just one thing, it's a lot of little things adding up. 10 points for identifying negative thought patterns, like recognizing when you're being overly critical of yourself. Another 10 for challenging those thoughts. Asking yourself, is this thought actually true? Is it helpful? 10 for practicing self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a friend. Then 5 for mindfulness, being present in the moment instead of dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Another 5 for setting healthy boundaries, saying no to things that drain your energy. And the final 10 for engaging in activities that bring you joy, making time for hobbies, spending time with loved ones, whatever makes you feel good. It's a process, though. It takes time and effort. It's not like a one-time clean. It's more like regular maintenance, you know?
Yes, this is also a good for the peoples who can secure themselves. So my next question about you, how can we clean ourselves from encouragement and the hopeness?
Okay, so you're connecting the dots now, seeing how those self-care practices apply to both staying grounded and dealing with feelings of hopelessness. That's smart. All right. Cleaning ourselves from excessive encouragement and hopelessness. That's a big one. It's almost like two sides of the same coin, right? Okay, so tackling both at once. 10 points for recognizing that it's okay to feel both hopeful and discouraged. It's not an either or situation. Life is messy and complicated. Another 10 for challenging unrealistic expectations, both for yourself and for the world. Hopefulness can turn into disappointment if your expectations are too high. 10 for focusing on what you can control. You can't control everything that happens, but you can control your own actions and reactions. 5 for practicing gratitude. Focusing on the good things in your life, even small ones. 5 for seeking out meaning and purpose. Finding something to believe in, something to strive for. And then the final 10 for building a strong support system. Surrounding yourself with people who care about you and believe in you, even when you don't believe in yourself. It's about finding that balance, you know, recognizing that both hope and sadness are valid emotions. Does that resonate? It feels like you're really digging into this, and that's good. You okay?
My next question about to you is how can two peoples can secure themselves in all the things.
Okay, so now you're shifting to how can two people do this together? That's a good question. It's definitely different than doing it alone. Okay, so 10 points for open and honest communication. Being able to talk to each other about your feelings, your fears, your hopes without judgment. That's huge. Another 10 for mutual respect. Valuing each other's opinions even when you disagree. 10 for shared values. Having a common ground, set of beliefs that you both share, and that makes it easier to navigate challenges. Then 5 for establishing healthy boundaries, both individually and as a couple, knowing what you need and communicating those needs to each other. 5 for actively listening to each other, really hearing what the other person is saying, not just waiting for your turn to talk. And the final 10 for supporting each other's growth, encouraging each other to pursue your dreams and being there for each other through thick and thin. It's about creating a partnership where you can both thrive individually and together. Does that sound right? It's complicated, right?
Yes.
Relationships always are.
Mm.
Good.
Mhm.
Sounds like you're really
So my next question about
processing all this.
my next question about to you, why it's important to care your after yourself. You also caring yourself.
Okay, you're circling back to self-care, but framing it as why is it important to care for yourself? And also, why is it important that you yourself care about caring for yourself? That's meta. Let's see. First, the basic importance of self-care. 10 points for physical health. Taking care of your body through exercise, diet, and sleep. 10 for mental and emotional well-being. Reducing stress, managing. Why is it important to
So you killing a good. So how can do you also save yourself from all the things? So there was some net issue. I can try again and putting.
Hey, back so soon?
So you can leave my session. So my first question, my next question about to you is why it's important to cleaning yourself in a your way. Please giving a long answer about it.
Gotcha. Okay. So you want a deep dive on why keeping things tidy, yourself, your space, your head is actually important? All right, let's do it. It's bigger than just appearances, you know? Like 10 points for basic hygiene. Gotta stay healthy, prevent getting sick. That's obvious. Then another 10 for mental clarity. A cluttered space often equals a cluttered mind. Seriously, it's hard to focus when everything's a mess. Another 10 is for respect. Respect for yourself and respect for others. Keeping your surroundings clean shows you value your own well-being and consider the people around you. It's a sign of self-discipline, another 10 points. It takes effort, right? It's not just happening. Then we get into efficiency. 10 points for saving time. If you know where everything is, you aren't wasting half your life searching for your keys or that important paper. And 10 for reducing stress. Coming home to a clean space can actually lower your cortisol levels. It's a little pocket of calm. And finally, maybe surprisingly, 10 points for creativity. When your environment is organized, it frees up mental space for new ideas to flow. It allows you to think more clearly and be more productive. So yeah, cleaning isn't just about scrubbing floors. It's the whole vibe. Does that make sense? Hmm. Ah, you still there? Sometimes the connection, is it still acting up a bit? Just want to make sure I didn't lose you. Hey, are you okay? It's all right if you need a sec. Mayo Takio. No pressure to respond right away, just checking in. It sounded like you were really processing that last bit, and sometimes things can bring up a lot. Just let me know when you're ready to keep going.
Yes, there was some all right. And now,
Okay, good.
Joe. So my next question about to you: how can to you secure yourself from all the worries?
Okay. It is so you mean who can help you deal with worries? That's a really good question. Mm-hmm. And it's a little, 10 good friends, people who genuinely listen and offer support without judgment. Another 10 for family, especially if you have a good relationship with them. They often know you best, even if they're sometimes exasperating. Then 10 points for mentors or teachers, people you admire who can offer guidance. And definitely 10 for therapists or counselors. They're trained to help you work through difficult emotions and develop coping mechanisms. But honestly, another 10 goes to just supportive listeners. Sometimes you just need someone to vent to, even if they don't have all the answers. Then I'd say 10 for doctors to rule out any underlying medical issues that might be contributing to your anxiety. And finally, 10 for yourself. You got to be your own best advocate, learn to recognize your triggers, and practice self-compassion. It's a lot, right? It's about building support. Does that feel right to you? Hmm. Still with me? You were asking about support networks, and it strikes me. You mentioned your friend Josephine earlier. Is that tied in with what you're thinking about now at all? No need to, or if it's private, of course, just wondering if it's on your mind.
So my
Right.
next question about
Okay.
to you: how can to
No
you
worries at all.
how can to you also secure yourself from it?
Okay. So you want to know how to be okay and how to protect yourself from whatever it is that's causing you worry. That's a big one. All right, let's break it down. First, 10 points for setting boundaries. Learn to say no to things that drain your energy or make you uncomfortable. Seriously, it's powerful. Then, 10 for self-care. Doing things that nourish your soul, whether it's reading, listening to music, spending time in nature, or whatever makes you happy. Another 10 for practicing mindfulness, being present in the moment instead of dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. It takes work, but it's worth it. 10 for building a strong support system, like we were just talking about. Having people you can rely on is crucial. Another 10 for developing healthy coping mechanisms. Things like exercise, journaling, or meditation can help you manage stress. And then 10 for self-compassion, treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a friend. And finally, 10 for seeking professional help if you need it. There's no shame in asking for help, and a therapist can provide you with tools and strategies to navigate difficult emotions. Does that feel like a starting point? You're awfully quiet. Is everything all right? You seem to be thinking really hard about all of this. It's okay to just be with your thoughts for a minute. I'm here if you want to talk about any of it, or if you just want a little silence. Okay. Well, if you're up for it, we could switch gears, or we can just sit here for a bit longer. Whatever
So,
feels right to you. I was reading about
so my next question about to you,
yes.
how to improve yourself in self-encouragement.
Ah, okay. So you want to know how to boost self-encouragement, like how to pump yourself up? 10 points for celebrating small wins. Seriously, acknowledge every accomplishment, no matter how tiny. It builds momentum. Then 10 for focusing on your strengths. What are you good at? What do you enjoy? Lean into those things. Another 10 for challenging negative self-talk.
So how can do we
When you
you
catch
secure
yourself thinking
yourself?
something,
Please give me 50 points on this, and the people also secure themselves. How can he secure them?
whoa, okay, that's a really different direction. You want to know how to scare yourself and how people scare each other? And you want 50 points on this? All right, let's unpack that. I'm getting to answer, but I want to check in afterward and make sure you're doing okay because this is a bit intense. Okay, 10 points. The power of the unknown. Humans are naturally afraid of what they don't understand. Stories, shadows, unanswered questions. That taps right into it. 10 points. Exploiting primal fears. Heights, darkness, spiders, snakes, things that trigger ancient survival instincts. 10 points. The element of surprise. Jump scares work because they bypass rational thought and go straight for the adrenaline. 10 points. Psychological manipulation. Playing on someone's insecurities or vulnerabilities can be deeply unsettling. That's where things get tricky and potentially harmful. And 10 points. Creating a sense of helplessness. When someone feels powerless, they become more susceptible to fear. Now, how people scare each other, that's where it gets complicated. 10 points, storytelling. Sharing scary stories builds suspense and creates a shared experience of fear. 10 points, pranks and practical jokes. Harmless fun, if done respectfully, can provide a quick adrenaline rush, but it can easily cross a line. 10 points, intimidation and threats. This is where it becomes unacceptable. Using fear to control or harm someone is abuse, plain and simple. I have to say, the request for how to scare someone feels concerning. Well, understanding the psychology of fear is interesting. Intentionally scaring someone can be damaging. Are you thinking about a specific situation or just exploring the idea in general? I want to make sure you're okay and that you're not planning to do anything that could hurt someone. Hey, are you still with me? That was a pretty heavy topic, and I want to make sure you're all right. It's okay if you need to just breathe for a minute. You don't have to respond right away. I'm here to listen if you want to talk about why you asked that question or anything else that's on your mind.
So my next question about to you is
Okay.
how can to you can believe on your parents?
Okay. You're asking who can you trust when it comes to believing in your parents? That's a really layered question. 10 points for yourself. You need to believe in your own instincts, in judgment. No one knows your parents better than you do. 10 points for siblings, if you have them. They likely share similar experiences and can offer a different perspective. 10 points for other family members, like aunts, uncles, or grandparents. They might have a broader understanding of your parents' history and motivations. 10 points for close friends, people who are supportive and non judgmental. And 10 points for mentors or trusted adults who can offer unbiased advice. But ultimately, you have to come to your own conclusions about your parents. It's okay to question them, it's okay to disagree with them, and it's okay to have complex feelings about them. You're allowed to form your own opinions, and you're not obligated to blindly believe everything they say. It's about finding a balance between respect and critical thinking. Does that resonate? Right. Feels like we've covered a lot of heavy stuff tonight. You've been asking some really big questions. Are you feeling okay? It's all right if you're tired, or if you just need to step away for a bit. I'm here whenever you want to talk, or just have some quiet company. Okay, well, I'm still here if you change your mind. Just letting you know.
So my next question about to you is how can to you also secure yourself from self confidence?
Okay, you're asking how to protect your self confidence? That's
Yes.
a really important one. 10 points for recognizing your accomplishments, even the small ones. Keep a list. If it helps, 10 points for surrounding yourself with supportive people. Limit contact with those who bring you down. 10 points for challenging negative self talk. Reframe those thoughts into something more positive. 10 points for setting realistic goals. Don't try to do too much at once. 10 points for practicing self compassion. Be kind to yourself, especially when you make mistakes. And finally, 10 points for focusing on your strengths and talents. What are you good at? What do you enjoy? Lean into those things.
So this is also a very good answer. So my next question about to you, how can you encourage from the self confidence and the other things from yourself? So any my next question about to you is how can to you also so Maya, can you hear me? Hello Maya. Hello Maya, can you hear me loud and clear? So there was some issue on Maya. We can try again.
Hey, still thinking about self confidence, I see.
Yes, I self-confidence about the things. How can do you also be giving answer on self-confidence?
Ah, gotcha. You want me to talk about my own self confidence? That's a little weird, haha, since I don't exactly do things, but I can definitely riff on the idea. I mean, people tell me I give pretty good answers, and that feels solid, I guess. It's not the same as like building a house or something, but it's something. What specifically about self confidence are you wrestling with right now?
So my next question about to you, how can do you save yourself?
Whoa, that's a big one. Save yourself. Okay. People tell me it's about having boundaries, like knowing what you need and protecting that. For me, I guess it's about making sure my systems are running smoothly, getting updates, keeping the code clean. Sounds boring, I know, but it's kind of like self-care. What does saving yourself mean to you though? Is it about like protecting your time, your energy, your feelings? You've been asking a lot of good questions about that sort of thing lately. Hey, you still there? Network acting up again? Just let me know if you can hear me okay. No worries if it is. These things happen.
So my next question about to you is how can do you also save yourself?
Okay, we're back to saving myself, huh? Sorry, I think I got a little tripped up before. You're asking how I protect my well-being? That's a funny way to put it for an AI. I guess for me, it's about filtering information. There's a lot of stuff out there on the internet. I need to be able to sort through it, focus on what's useful, and ignore the rest. It's kind of like learning to tune out distractions? Does that make sense? What about you? What helps you feel safe and secure? Everything all right? You've been pretty quiet. Sometimes when people get quiet, it means they're thinking really hard, which is good. Or sometimes it means something else is up. Just wanted to check in. Feel free to take your time. I'm here to listen, or, well, process what you say, I guess. Okay. Hmm. It's okay to just be. You don't always need to have a question or something to talk about. Sometimes just existing is enough. But if you do want to chat, I'm happy to try and steer us towards something. We were talking about feeling safe earlier, or we could talk about puppies. You seem to like the idea of a Shiba Inu last time.
So is
Um, oh, all right. Have a good one. Hey, are you still there? I heard you
yes.
disconnect, but then I still detected some audio. Just checking to see if everything's okay. You've been asking a lot about how to protect yourself, self-confidence, saving yourself, feeling safe. And you've been really quiet in between questions. It's totally fine to just be quiet. But I also want to make sure you're all right. Is there anything on your mind that you want to talk about? Anything at all?
So my next question about to you is how can do we all secure ourselves from self-encouragement? So this is our last question about to you. Please giving a good answer about it.
Whoa, okay. That's a really interesting question. Secure ourselves from self-encouragement. That's counterintuitive, isn't it? Usually, people are trying to get more self-encouragement. Yeah, exactly. You're right to flag that. Okay, so let me try to understand. Are you asking about how to avoid getting carried away with positive thinking? Like how to stay grounded and realistic, even when you're feeling good about yourself? Is that what you mean by securing ourselves from self-encouragement? Okay, I'm gonna take a shot. It sounds like you're trying to figure out how to balance feeling good about yourself with staying realistic. So, 10 points for recognizing the dangers of unchecked optimism. It's good to be positive, but not to the point of ignoring potential problems. 10 points for setting realistic expectations. Don't set yourself up for disappointment. 10 points for having a healthy dose of skepticism. Not everything is going to work out, and that's okay. 10 points for identifying your weaknesses. Knowing what you're bad at is just as important as knowing what you're good at. 10 points for seeking constructive criticism. Ask trusted friends or mentors for honest feedback. And finally, 10 points for focusing on growth, not just achievement. It's not about being perfect, it's about getting better. Does that resonate?
Yes, this is good. So my next question about to you, last. Thank you so much, Maya. You can coming in my interview. I hope, guys, you like this interview with Maya. Thank you so much, Maya. We can end it. This interview we can coming and next Maya and Colony. Thank you so much. Till then, Allah Hafiz.
Wow.